So it's Christmas without gingerbread. Let's make some gingerbread men for the dogs. To start with, we're going to put the wet ingredients in the mixer bowl, starting with an entire cup of molasses. Next is 4 tablespoons of honey. It's a lot easier if you heat it up. There we go. Next, a cup of water and half a cup of oil. I'm just going to mix that up a little bit here. I'm going to set that aside while I get my dry ingredients together. First of all, I know my flour bin is overflowing. I filled it up because I knew I was going to be taking 6 cups of flour. Two teaspoons of baking powder, or I'm sorry, baking soda. 2 teaspoons. A teaspoon of cinnamon. A teaspoon of cloves. It's a lot of spices, but it's a lot of flour too. This is a big batch. Have plenty of gingerbread for the pups. And now you can use either fresh ginger, you'd want 2 tablespoons of that, or if you're using the dried ginger powder, it's just 1 teaspoon. Ooh, smells good already. I love these spices. Okay, just stir that up a little bit. I do want to add this to the mixer bowl gradually because that's a lot of flour. It's gonna spray all over the place. So. I did get one of those shields for my mixer bowl, but they apparently redesigned it and the new one does not fit. So, yes, I did think about a different way of doing it. Whoa! Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna take that flour and dump it right back in. Got it all mixed up. Now the dough is pretty soft, so the next step is actually to refrigerate this before you start rolling. Cold dough is so much easier to roll. So whenever you're making a rolled cookie, chilling your dough will decrease your frustration. Now the recipe actually says to divide this into 4 parts and chill them separately. Chills a little bit faster that way. So instead of putting them in plastic bags though, I'm just gonna spoon it out into a couple of bowls here to stick in the fridge. Cover these with plastic wrap before you put them in the fridge or on the back porch, depending. And I'll be back with you later to roll out and bake the gingerbread men. So it's time to finish our gingerbread cookies. I've got one of the bowls of dough here. Add a little bit of flour to my pastry cloth. And start rolling it out. cut your cookies. You know, if we get to eat animal crackers, I think dogs should get to eat the gingerbread man, right? Seems only fair. I'm making these fairly thin, actually. They're big cookies. Okay, I've got 16 gingerbread men on this tray, and it's only about 1/4 of the dough, so this is a nice big batch. To decorate, of course we can't add chocolate chips for noses and buttons and stuff. However, these are craisins, not raisins, they're cranberries. And I'm just gonna cut them up and use them to decorate. I'm just gonna press it right into the dough. And a couple pieces for eyes. Now, my boy Tor has actually told me that he likes plain cranberries. When I was making cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, he went ahead and ate a couple of cranberries that bounced out of the bag, out of the colander onto the floor. Now the oven is going to be at 350 degrees. And you're going to bake them for 8 to 12 minutes. It depends how thick your cookies are. So just start watching them around 8 minutes and pull them out. They should be a little bit of color to the edges and the cookies should be firm. And then move them onto a cookie sheet to let them cool. So we've got gingerbread men coming out of the oven now. And they come right off the cookie sheet so easily. If you want, you can also leave these on the cookie sheet, turn off the oven, and let them get nice and crispy. And they're more like crackers than cookies.